This is our 5th hatch. We're going to go over here by the amaranth. Some of the amaranth leaves have some little holes on them, indicating it might be a good place to release these guys. And that's our natural way of fighting pests in the garden. We've had 5 hatch. We've got 5 more egg cases. This was a huge hatch. We're going to let these guys out, the stronger ones. They're still hatching, but we got to give them some room. We don't want to put too many in one spot, because they will eat their brothers and sisters without any problem. But they do tickle when they crawl on you. But it takes them a few minutes. It takes them a little while to stiffen up once they get out of those egg cases. And they got to rest a little bit. Those first ones, they're pretty aggressive, and we don't want them eating their brothers and sisters. We've been doing the praying mantises for a couple years now, and this is one of the reasons we left the cilantro and everything else go to seed, because this gives them a good place to hide. And as they get a little bigger, they'll spread out. You want to be careful with that egg case not to roll it too much, because it will kind of squish them. One of our biggest problems is as they hatch, some of the babies out here are 5 or 6 days old. And their little cousins here would be the nice little snacks. I hatch out an awful lot understanding that we're probably going to lose some. We also found the higher you can get them, the better off they are, because there's a bunch of ants down on the ground. Well, now that excitement's over, I've got some squash that have to go in the ground. So come on, let's plant. Welcome back to the garden. Today is Monday, May 9th. I've got squash that have to go in the ground. I was saving these to transplant some that I thought might have been hurt, but they're coming back okay. And it doesn't matter, I got to find a place for these. So let me dig 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes, and we'll get these in the ground. Something took out a couple of these over here, so it was a good thing that I kept them for a little bit. I think it was the flea beetles. The ones on this side were pretty small, but we'll take care of that. We'll just plant again. And these burpee seed trays are awesome. You just pop up that rubber and they pop right on out. Snug that down in there. Put a little mulch back behind there. And we got 4 more to go. Let me get this little water. Right here was our original line. And I thought they frosted back, but they're coming back okay. But just in case, we'll go kitty corner between 2. With everything else, you just pull that mulch back. Right down to bare soil. And you dig the smallest hole you can. Pop your seedling out. Plant right to the crown. Sure you got all the little air pockets out. And you're good to go. Just that fast. And these bigger plants, you can mulch a little heavier. Seeds, depending on what it is, you don't want to mulch very heavy at all. There's a little space down here between the amaranth and the beets. I got a little spot down here I didn't really plant anything in. And this amaranth is going to have the big weeping red tails. So I wanted to get something a little different. So I got some of this orange amaranth. And see, yep, these are amaranth seeds. They're tiny. But I got kind of carried away with tiny ones already. Good soil contact. Just a little bit of soil on top. And if a bead or two comes up, that'll be okay too. This orange amaranth that we just planted came from Palm Beach Seed Company. I'm not going to mulch this because I don't want anything to stop it from germinating. Now you can do this too. And you got to remember, we're not more than 15 days from the last frost. Peas took a minute to get going, but they're flowering and they're climbing. The peas down along here, we planted just with seeds and they're climbing. I know there's folks out there been harvesting for a while, but there's folks out there that hadn't planted a seed one. So it all depends on what your weather is. When you put your tomatoes out, you want the nights to be running right around 50 degrees or warmer on a pretty constant basis. Otherwise, they're just going to sit there. If you want to learn more about the living soil, click that link right there and I'll meet you back in the garden. If you want to learn more about the deep mulch, click that link right there and I'll meet you back in the garden. You can do this too. And remember, until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.